Marketing can be understood through 9 critical elements, each essential, each unique, each contributing to the success of the entire ecosystem. These 9 elements work together seamlessly to create marketing magic. Let's explore each one. First, market research. Before a single rupee is spent, smart organizations listen. Market research is the compass that guides every decision. Take the Guntur chilies market, for example. Before the Rabi season, traders and farmers analyze weather patterns, global demand from countries like Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, domestic consumption trends, and pricing patterns from previous years. This isn't guessing, it's science. Second, strategy. Research without strategy is like having a map but no destination. Strategy is the blueprint that turns insights into action. It answers the critical questions. Who are we targeting? What value do we offer? How do we differentiate ourselves? Third, branding. Your brand is your identity. It's what people say about you when you're not in the room. Think of Guntur Sannam chilies, the GI tag, the reputation for heat and quality, the trust built over generations. That's the power of strategic branding. Fourth, pricing. Pricing isn't just about numbers, it's psychology. It's perception. In Hyderabad's Koti Sultan Bazaar, one of the country's largest wholesale markets, for books, stationery and electronics, traders use psychological pricing. 99 instead of 1000. Festival discounts during Bathukamma and Diwali, bulk purchase incentives. For retailers buying in dozens. They understand that pricing influences buyer behavior. Fifth, distribution. How do you get your product from farm or factory to customer? This is where distribution strategy becomes critical. Consider the Raitu bazaars across Andhra Pradesh, direct farmer-to-consumer markets that eliminate middlemen, reduce costs, and ensure fresh produce reaches consumers. This is distribution excellence. Sixth, promotion. While advertising is paid media, promotion encompasses the broader mix: sales promotions, discounts, loyalty programs, contests. Consider how companies deploy time-sensitive discounts, package value bundles, and use loyalty schemes to maximize customer lifetime value. This is promotional strategy in action. Advertising. This is your megaphone to the world. But in today's cluttered media landscape, shouting louder doesn't work. You need to shout smarter. Consider how Andhra Pradesh tourism promotes Amaravati, the Buddhist circuit, or beach tourism in Visakhapatnam. Tell you destinations exist, they make you feel the experience, they create desire, they make you remember. That's effective advertising. 8. Publicity. This is earned media. When others talk about you. It's more credible than advertising because it's not paid for. When Gunturu Medical College gets featured in national rankings, or when a startup incubated at Hyderabad gets covered by national business media. That's publicity. It's organic, it's authentic, and it builds trust. 9th, sales. This is where everything converges, the moment a prospect actually becomes a paying customer. All the research, strategy, branding, pricing, distribution, promotion, advertising, and publicity in the world mean nothing, presents the real moment, if the sale never closes. Consider how a Guntur chili trader closes a deal. Raitu Bazaar vendor negotiates a final price with a walk-in customer. Sales is the conversion point where value exchange actually happens. These 9 elements don't work in isolation. They're interconnected. A pricing decision affects your branding. Your distribution strategy impacts your promotion. Market research informs everything. Here's the simplest way to remember the flow. You start with research to make a strategy. Build your brand around that strategy. You set your price and distribution channels. You generate demand via promotion, specifically through advertising and publicity, and finally, you convert those leads into actual sales. This is the scope of marketing. Complex, dynamic, and absolutely critical to business success.
Marketing hasn't always been customer-centric. It has evolved through 5 distinct concepts, each reflecting the business realities of its time. Concept 1. The production concept. Late 1800s to early 1900s. This is the oldest philosophy. It's based on a simple assumption: customers want products that are affordable and available everywhere. Consider the handloom cooperatives in Mangalgiri. By focusing on efficient production and wide distribution through government emporiums and online platforms, they made traditional Mangalgiri saris accessible and affordable across the state and beyond. But here's the limitation. This concept works only when demand exceeds supply. In today's competitive market, just being cheap and available isn't enough. Concept 2. The product concept, early 1900s. This philosophy assumes customers will favor products that offer the most quality, performance, and innovative features. Consider Kondapalli toys, the intricate craftsmanship, the vibrant colors, the cultural authenticity. Artisans don't just make toys, they create pieces of art that tell stories. The focus is on superior quality and unique features. But there's a trap here: marketing myopia. You can become so obsessed with your product that you forget what business you're really in. If Kondapalli toy makers only focused on traditional designs without adapting to modern tastes, they would lose relevance. Innovation within tradition is key. Concept 3. The selling concept, 1920s to 1950s. Unless you aggressively promote and sell it. This is common with unsought goods. Things people don't normally think of buying. The focus is on selling what the company makes, not making what the market wants. The problem? It assumes customers who are coerced into buying will like the product. And even if they don't, they won't badmouth it. In the age of social media and online reviews, that's a dangerous assumption. Concept 4. The marketing concept, 1950s-1990s. This is where modern marketing begins. The marketing concept flips the script. Instead of make and sell, it's sense and respond. The customer is at the center of everything. All organizational activities, product development, pricing, distribution, promotion, are designed around creating customer value and satisfaction. Consider how the coaching institutes clustered around Hyderabad's Ameerpet operate. They don't just teach a fixed syllabus, they constantly research which skills IT recruiters are hiring for, how competitive exam patterns are shifting, and where students are struggling, and they redesign their programs accordingly. They provide placement support, industry tie-ups, and continuous feedback mechanisms. That's the marketing concept in action. Concept 5. The societal marketing concept, 90s present. This is the most advanced form. It asks, is satisfying individual customer wants always good for society in the long run? The societal marketing concept balances 3 considerations. 1. Company profits, consumer wants. 3. Society's interests. Consider the zero-budget natural farming movement in Andhra Pradesh. It's not just a method, but a movement. It's not just about profitable farming or meeting consumer demand for food. It's about environmental sustainability, farmer welfare, soil health, and long benefit. This is marketing with a conscience. Another example, how temples like Thirumala manage prasadam distribution, crowd control, and devotee services. These 5 concepts show the evolution of marketing thinking, from production efficiency to customer obsession to societal welfare. Understanding this evolution is crucial for modern marketers.
Marketing management isn't a single activity. It's a complex orchestration of 8 critical tasks that successful organizations execute flawlessly. 1. Develop market strategies and plans. This is the strategic framework that ties everything together. It involves segmentation, targeting, positioning, and the development of comprehensive marketing plans. The Amaravati Development Master Plan is an example of strategic marketing at a macro level. Task 2. Capture marketing insights. This is about understanding the marketplace through market research, data analytics, and customer feedback. Organizations gather intelligence. Consider how the Andhra Pradesh government conducted extensive research before implementing the Raithu Bharosa scheme, or how Gunturu traders analyze global spice market trends before setting auction prices. Task 3. Connect with customers. This goes beyond transactions. It's about building relationships. Maintain customer relationships through personalized service, festival greetings, and understanding family needs across generations. Task 4. Build strong brands. A strong brand is a valuable asset. It commands premium prices, creates loyalty, and provides competitive advantage. Building a brand requires consistency, authenticity, and time. Think of how Amul, Tata, or Parle-G have woven themselves into the fabric of daily life, building absolute trust across generations. Task 5. Shape market offerings. This is where you design products and services that create value. It involves decisions about features, quality, design, branding, and packaging. Consider how Kondapalli toy artisans are now creating modern designs alongside traditional ones. Or how AP tourism packages are being designed for different traveler segments. Task 6. This is about making your offering available and accessible. Distribution channels, logistics, inventory management. The success of eChoupal in rural Andhra Pradesh demonstrates delivery excellence. Task 7. Communicate value. Even the best product fails if no one knows about it. This task involves advertising, public relations, sales promotion, personal selling, and digital marketing. It's about telling your story in a way that resonates. Consider how successful local brands in India use a mix of traditional media, social media, and word of mouth. 8. Create long-term growth. Sustainable marketing isn't about quarterly results, long-term value creation. This requires innovation, market expansion, customer retention, and adaptation to changing environments. Look at how institutions like Mahindra and Mahindra have grown over decades.
No organization operates in a vacuum. Every marketing decision is influenced by a complex web of environmental factors. It has 3 layers, moving from the inside out. Layer 1. The internal environment. This is your organization, your culture, your resources, your capabilities, your people. Before you can serve customers, you must align your internal environment. Consider how successful educational institutions build strong faculty cultures, invest in infrastructure, and create systems that enable excellence. Microenvironment. These are the actors close to the organization that affect its ability to serve customers. Customers. The center for the same customers. Know their strengths, their weaknesses, their strategies. Intermediaries. These are the agents, brokers, and platforms that help move product from seller to buyer without ever owning it. Commission agents in market are a classic example. Choose them wisely. Distributors. Unlike intermediaries, distributors take ownership of the goods and resell them onward. Retail partners and online platforms carrying your produce play this role. Suppliers. They provide the resources you need. For a chili trader, suppliers are the farmers from surrounding villages. A disruption in this supply chain affects everything. Publics. These are groups with an interest in or impact on your ability to serve customers, or a new farmer welfare regulation can reshape the entire market overnight. Layer 3. The macro environment. These are larger societal forces that affect the entire microenvironment. Demographic. Population size, urban-rural migration, household income levels, these determine who your customers even are. Economic. Inflation, interest rates, economic growth all impact purchasing power and business decisions. Social cultural, demographics, values, lifestyles, festival demands, and health consciousness shape what customers want. Digital mandis, online tradings, blockchain for traceability. Technology is reshaping traditional markets. Environmental, climate change, water scarcity, sustainability requirements, these are no longer optional. Political or legal, GST regulation, agricultural export policies, labor laws, these set the boundaries within which every business must operate. Successful organizations don't just react to these environmental forces, you anticipate them, adapt to them, and sometimes even shape them. Understanding this environment is not a one-time exercise. It's continuous. The market doesn't stand still, and neither can you. One strategic sequence matters here. You cannot build a successful brand strategy by looking at the macro environment first. First, identify your internal strengths and weaknesses. Next, analyze your micro competitors and supply chain to see how you can beat them. And only then, look at the macro trends to identify opportunities like shifting demographics or new technologies and avoid threats like new legal regulations. Let's move to a fundamental concept, customer value. Customer value is a customer's perception of what they get versus what they give. It's not just about price. It's about the total package of benefits. Think of it as an equation. Customer value equal to quality plus service, marketing, social, cost. Quality. How well does the product or service actually perform against expectations? Service. How well is the customer supported before, during, and after the purchase? Marketing. How effectively does the brand communicate its value and build trust? What does using this brand say about me to my peers and community? Cost. The price, time, effort, and psychological risk a customer gives up to get the value. Past. Experience is key. How previous interactions with the brand shape today's perception of value. A good past experience lowers the perceived cost. Trying again. Why do people choose to shop at Reliance Smart Bazaar or other modern supermarkets instead of local kirana stores? The benefits? Variety under one roof, air-conditioned comfort, parking facilities, promotional offers, branded products create superior customer value for their target market. Conversely, why do millions still prefer local market Hyderabad's Koti market? For them, the value equation is different. Personal relationships, credit facilities, bargaining power, neighborhood convenience, and trust built over years outweigh modern amenities. Understanding customer value is the foundation of all marketing strategy. And remember, you cannot just lower your prices to increase value. In a proper marketing strategy, you should first try to increase the total customer benefit, improve quality, invest in better service, and build a stronger brand through marketing and social proof, so that the total value offered far outweighs the cost. Far exceeds the monetary cost, resulting in loyal, lifelong customers. So far, we focused on marketing to individual consumers. But there's another massive world, industrial marketing, also known as business to business or B2B marketing. It's the creation and management of mutually beneficial relationships between organizational suppliers and organizational customers. Your customer isn't an individual, it's a private firm, a public agency, or a non-profit organization. Let's compare. B2C. You buy a smartphone for personal use. Decision? Quick, emotional, individual. B2B. A construction company in Vijayawada buys cement for a building project. Decision? Slow, rational, multiple stakeholders. Procurement team, technical evaluation, finance approval. 1. Fewer but larger customers. Instead of millions of consumers, you might have hundreds of corporate clients. But each relationship is worth significantly more. 2. The buying center or decision-making unit. B2B purchases are rarely made by one person. The buying center consists of users who operate the product, influencers who shape the technical requirements, and buyers who handle the paperwork. And negotiations, deciders who give final approval, and gatekeepers who control the flow of information. You're not selling to one person, you're marketing to all 5 of these roles at once. 3. Derived, inelastic, and fluctuating demand. The demand for industrial products is derived from the demand for consumer products. If consumers stop buying smartphones, the demand for the microchips inside them plummets. Cement manufacturers sell to builders because people buy homes. In the short run, this demand is price inelastic. A small price drop doesn't cause a surge in buying, but it's also highly volatile, since a small shift in consumer demand can cause a massive swing in B2B demand. 4. Formal buying processes. B2B buying is highly structured, following 3 main situations: a straight rebuy, where the same order is placed again; a modified rebuy, where specifications are tweaked; and a new task, the first-time purchase, which is the most complex and takes the longest. Larger purchases often involve formal RFPs or requests for proposals. 5. Professional purchasing. B2B buyers are highly trained professionals, procurement officers, and supply chain experts. They evaluate objective, measurable criteria like technical specifications, reliability, and total cost of ownership, deep long-term relationships, and trust. B2B is about partnerships that last years, even decades. Companies often co-develop products with their suppliers, run cross-functional teams together, and enter multi-year sole source contracts. Trust is the currency here. Channel strategy. B2B channels are usually much shorter than B2C. They rely heavily on direct selling through an internal sales force and highly specialized technical distributors, rather than mass retail. Benefits of industrial marketing: precise specification delivery, exact requirements met consistently; improved customer experience, the relational value; precise specs lead to easy workflows and satisfied production managers; happier customers and precision lead to higher revenues. Long-term competitive advantage: the strategic impact, the ultimate result of the previous 3. Reduced total cost of ownership and operational efficiency. B2B buyers don't just look at purchase price. They care about lower downtime, maintenance costs, and energy consumption over the product's entire lifespan. Supply chain resilience and risk mitigation, guaranteeing consistent delivery, avoiding stockouts, and mitigating global supply chain disruptions. Collaborative innovation, partnering with clients in joint R&D to improve their end products, not just streamline procurement. Automated ordering, online catalogs, and simplified invoicing that cut administrative workload. In-depth technical support and training, 24/7 technical support, on-site training, and installation supervision as a major value add. Consider Visakhapatnam steel plant Vizag Steel. They market to construction companies, infrastructure developers, and manufacturing units. Their marketing focuses on quality standards, delivery reliability, technical specifications, and long-term supply contracts. Or consider Godrej Agrovet selling agricultural inputs to farmer cooperatives across Andhra Pradesh. Their marketing emphasizes product efficacy, technical support, training programs, and partnership. Or consider Hyderabad's pharmaceutical companies, ingredients and vaccines to drug manufacturers around the world. Their marketing centers on regulatory compliance, batch consistency, and multi-year supply agreements. B2B trust built on data, not emotion. B2B marketing is relationship marketing at its most strategic.